What's up, my pilots? Angryponcho here. We're back playing Minecraft, Feed the Beast. In this episode, I'm going to make a quick update of what I've done since the last video, and then we're going to make some new and useful technologies and get to some good shit. So, firstly, I made the Babby's first kick-ass machine a little bit more kick-ass. We've reached version of 3.0 now, actually. I didn't count the second one, but then when I got to the third, I figured I might as well. So the only changes I've made is that I have 3 redstone engines pumping stuff out of the macerator, because with 2 overclockers in there, it can really start to crank stuff out, and 2 pumps was too slow. It was getting, the output slots were getting full. So I added a third one, and that required a bit of iron piping here to make sure everything went the right direction and actually got up here to the top part, where it now splits right here. So it either goes up or to the right, and that leads to one of my 2 electric furnace that I have running to, again, just basically double the speed there. And that, of course, meant that I had to put a second generator back here. So I now have a second generator back behind here. So it's basically the same system, except I've added another output pump on the macerator and then doubled the number of electric furnace and then a generator for each of those. But that's about it. It works really fast now, and it can take input of something like half of a chest of ores, and it'll crank along just fine, and the hoppers won't get overfilled or anything. So it's great. That's basically, as far as that machine needs to go, it's pretty much done. I'm not going to get ores faster than I can get rid of them now. Alright, so first thing I want to make is something that's really going to help us out, because we need power, and right now all I have is creosote cans. Making creosote oil as a byproduct of using these 2 coke ovens over here is kind of annoying at first, but then I realized, well, firstly, when they get full of creosote oil, the coke ovens stop working, so you do have to empty them somehow. So I've been making cans out of aluminum and just putting the creosote oil into cans and then storing the cans in this chest. Well, I'm sick of it. I'm going to end up with a ridiculous amount of creosote oil if this keeps up. So I want to get rid of this stuff, and it turns out you can put it into a semi-fluid generator and you'll get 3,000 EU, which is just a little bit less than 1 piece of coal. So I have, let me put it all together, I have here in this chest all the stuff we need to make a semi-fluid generator. And these are all things we've made in the past, like the batteries, which is just tin and redstone and a wire on top, and then you got cooking iron twice for refined iron, the advanced alloy, which is the whole rolling machine deal. So we've been there before. I'm just going to make it now. So firstly, I need to put, what am I making? Semi-fluid generator. So first I need to make a generator. So that means I need an iron furnace, and that has 3 refined iron above it and a battery on top to make a generator. And then in the generator, so we're going to need a few more things first. Need to make refined, or rather reinforced glass. So that takes 2 advanced alloys. It's no big deal. And then I think that's it, right? Yeah, so reinforced glass in the middle, electric circuits and the generator go on the bottom, refined iron all around, and we get a semi-fluid generator. That's all there is to it. So not a super costly technology, and the output on it is low enough that we only need to use the copper cable. So as you can see, things are under construction here. Oh, I didn't finish giving the update. Yeah, so I made the islands more rectangular. Actually, I've been doing this gradually between episodes, and no one seems to have noticed that all 4 corners of the island are now rectangular, and it actually looks like a normal square-looking thing, which took a while, actually. I ended up running out of dirt. All the mining I've done, I didn't have enough dirt. And then over here, I'm going to sleep so I want to reset the rain timer. And then as you can see over here in the desert, I put down quite a number of trees. I've actually put down 32 saplings of each color and just sort of made a little spectrum there. I think it looks really cool on the map too. It just looks, that's neat. I like having that over there. But anyway, that's just a side thing. I'm going to make a thing in this video to try and take care of some of that, actually. Anyway, okay, so semi-fluid generator. Let's get this thing cranking. Let me grab some creosote oil, because I'd like to start getting rid of this stuff as soon as I can. Because it's really just not that great of a thing. So I'm gonna need 1 more piece of wire, because I'm gonna plan ahead, and I'm gonna want to have space for 2 of these. So I'll just bring the rest of the wire I currently have on hand. So I still haven't figured out a permanent solution for getting rubber really conveniently, but you know, we do what we can. There we go. Semi-fluid generator. Okay, sweet. So I can just throw creosote cans up here. How many can I put in? Yeah, they only go to 15. But then you see it fills up the liquid amount here. So yeah, it looks like that's the limit for now. And then once it gets back down to whatever thousands, it'll drop that stuff out. And right now the MFE is getting charged by that. MFE should also be getting charged by these two generators here. And all in all, that's just going to fill her up. Now, before that thing gets totally full of power, so basically I'm just going to be getting rid of all of my creosote cans this way. Over time. I've been making these energy crystals that hold 100,000 EU, and just using them to store extra power from the MFE so that I can keep making power even when the MFE is full. Eventually I just need to make more MFEs, but we'll get to that. So now I want to make the industrial electrolyzer. Actually, first I want to make something else, because I want to cut down those trees eventually. I'll probably do that between videos. But I wanted to make this chainsaw on screen so I could show the recipe. It's just a circuit in the middle. Is it a regular circuit? Yeah, a circuit, a battery, and 5 steel. So that's no big deal. Of course I don't have a circuit, do I? I never do. I never do seem to have a circuit when I want one. I just need to start. I need to make a bunch of the really basic things and just have them around. Whoops. Thankfully, I've gotten pretty quick at making this stuff. Oh, you can just throw that stuff anywhere in there. I thought you had to put the insulation next to the cable. Guess not. Alright, let me put away my reinforced glass here. I don't need to have that with me. Yeah, so I want to make... Alright, so I'm going to make the circuit here. I already have an extra battery, I think. Yep. Alright, so where's my steel? It's up top, right? Oh, look, I've only got 8. So what I should do at some point here is go down to my blocks of steel and the stuff I've been getting from Railcraft and just go ahead and take those out. I just wanted to get 5 of them. Put those away. Alright, so circuit in the middle. I like these rechargeable tools because you only have to make them once. Boom! And it's even already charged because I had the, yeah, so I'll use up this axe and then I'll never need an axe ever again. I'll be using my chainsaw from now on. That's pretty sweet. That's the kind of tool you can afford to have an efficiency enchantment on. Alright, so anyway, yeah, things are still under renovation here, and this area over here, I'm going to figure out what I want to do with it. But this platform up here just used to be the top of the little pyramid thing I have. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all this. I might end up putting all the power into crystals and then picking these structures back up again and moving them somewhere else. I'm not sure if I want this sandstone platform anymore. I mean, it's kind of a cool idea, and we might put a bridge over there, but I'm starting to think that's less of an awesome idea. So now that we have the chainsaw out of the way, I want to make the industrial electrolyzer, and this should be everything we need in here, which was a little bit surprising to me. I thought it was going to be more expensive technology, but I'll go one thing at a time. So for the first thing, we need the stuff that's at the top, tree tap, and the machine blocks. Alright, so we put the tree taps around here. So we're making an extractor. And I think that this actually can be placed as a block. And then yeah, you can suck stuff out of, like rubber can, I don't know exactly how all that works, but apparently that's the kind of thing that we could be using to get rubber out of whatever it might be. So we'll pick that up, use 10,000 EU just to show that that block is actually a block. So there's the extractor, we need that. I'll put the recipe together over here. I already can say we're going to need 4 refined iron like this. And then, let's see, the advanced circuits are going to go here and here. So we need to make the 2 bottom parts. So the bottom one is a magnetizer. This is kind of a weird looking thing here. I don't know. The recipe for this is a little bit strange. It's just, you make these iron fences by just putting refined iron in a shape like you would make to make a fence. And then redstone along the sides and a machine block in the middle makes a magnetizer. That's going to go on the bottom here. So now I have all these fences I don't want. And the rest of this stuff is for making the regular electrolyzer, because you need one of those to make an industrial one. That makes sense, right? So it's just like this, make an electrolyzer, and then this is the whole recipe for the industrial one. So let me just put all this stuff in place. So it's actually a fairly cheap technology. I mean, just take a bunch of refined iron. So each of these is a machine block in there, and then take some circuits, some redstone, and that's it. I mean, the thing that's probably hardest to come by is just that amount of refined iron. Other than that, it's just some redstone, and the empty cells are made of tin, So you need a little bit of tin there, but that's it. Boom! Industrial electrolyzer. Sweet. I'm not going to put this one down because I don't really know how to pick it back up. But what I am going to do, yeah, I'm going to take it and put it up here because what I wanted to have happen is this industrial electrolyzer, it needs, yeah, EUN 128 per tick. None of my structures can give that off, but this MFE can output that much. So that's why we're going to use it for. Put some glass fiber cable down because that'll carry really high voltage current without any problems. Alright, so here's the industrial electrolyzer. Now this can all be automated, but for the time being I'll be putting things in by hand. So here you put empty cells, I believe, empty cells, and then here you put whatever dust you want to have electrolyzed. So we need some bauxite dust, because that's what we want to electrolyze to try and get titanium out of all of this. That's copper. There's bauxite dust. Do I have any more? Where's the rest of my bauxite? Here's some. Just take like a stack and a half or so. And I think we need to macerate this stuff, actually, to get it to... Let's just go ahead and do that. Oh, reset. Oh, well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you need to macerate this stuff to get it usable in the electrolyzer. It needs to be in dust form. So there, I'll just hopper this stuff in, and it'll run for a bit. It's got, oh, that's actually, the generator's going to need more power. Let me grab some coal coke for that. No big deal. And then we'll run up and get the electrolyzer running, because all we need for that is empty cells. We already have the bauxite dust. Oops, we're going to want this over here. There we go. Keep the power on. And the bauxite dust won't get... It won't do anything when you put it in a furnace. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't do anything when you put it in a furnace. So it'll just get collected in the hoppers, and it won't really do much over there. So let's make some empty cells. Actually, we already have a few, don't we? There's some. Oh, I should be putting cells in my semi-fluid generator instead, so I can get my empty cells back. Let's see if it's done yet. Yeah, look, it's already used up all that stuff. Cool. Get some more empty cells. Nice. Alright, so let's see if this industrializer is ready to go. I think it takes 12 bauxite dust at a time, so let me just see what happens. Yeah, it took 12. Alright, and then, what, 6 empty cells? Okay, I'll just put the rest of that in then. That's cool. We're going to need to make more cells. But what is slowly happening right now is it's sucking power out of this pretty quick here. So hopefully this will finish. Let me actually not leave any more stuff in there, because I don't want it to get halfway through the next bit. It's taking power out much faster than this stuff is putting it in. So what this is going to have to happen, the way this is going to have to happen is for me to put power into the generators and just start, filling this sucker up, which it looks like we're going to need to keep doing, because that's going down pretty quick. And then we'll see what the output is. What I could probably do is just go ahead and throw a couple stacks of coal coke in, and just keep electrolyzing until the power gets low, and then take a little break or whatever. And I can even use my energy cells now if I want to, and just to give it some extra power. So it's slowing down now. It's almost finished? Oh no. Yeah. So even with all 3 of these things powering it, it's still going down. So all 3 of these together is, oh well, this one's actually. Yeah, this one's still running, because it'll get full of creosote oil even once the cans are emptied. And then it'll just keep running until it runs out of liquid. It's almost done. Almost done electrolyzing our first bauxite. So we totally skipped the regular electrolyzer and went straight to the industrial one. I've done that for a few technologies now. Like, I can't think of any others now. Wow. Oh yeah, the MFE. We never made a bat box except for the jetpack. We went right to the MFE. Yeah, so check this out. So we get aluminium. Yeah, it's Yeah, it's not aluminum, it's aluminium. The British pronunciation. A tiny pile of titanium dust. Hydrogen cells. Huh. I don't know what to do with those. And compressed air cells. I don't know what to do with any of that stuff besides the tiny pile of titanium dust. That's the whole reason I wanted it. So, yeah. We got a tiny pile of titanium dust! Yes! And it's going to give us back, it looks like... Well, it took 8 cells and 12 bauxite. Okay. Wow, so this is going to be tough. This is going to take a lot of work here to get this to run the whole way. I should have checked how much power it took to do this. Either way, these are just going to keep cooking away. We'll keep working at this, and what's going to have to happen is I'm going to have to collect a whole bunch of tiny piles of titanium dust. Because we need... The whole goal here is... Oh boy, I clicked on another thing. Hang on. I'm opening other windows. The whole goal is we want a quarry. A quizari. There we go. And that takes a diamond drill, which takes 2 titanium ingots. Oh, so I guess we don't actually need a whole lot of this. In fact, we only need 8. We only need 8 piles, 8 tiny piles of titanium dust, because 4 tiny piles makes 1 just regular titanium dust, and then 1 regular titanium dust, when we put it in an industrial blast furnace, will turn into a titanium ingot. So we've almost reached the point where we have the technological capabilities to get the quarry running, and that is running low. I don't want that to run out. I'm going to throw a crystal in there just to make sure that that doesn't happen in the middle of it cooking. Because I don't want to waste... I don't want to waste 100,000 EU, you know? Yeah, so you can actually take these crystals and put them in the bottom, and they'll start recharging the thing. Oh yeah, look, they recharge. At the same rate this actually puts out, I think. So, that's cool. Yay, it's done again. Alright, so now I've got 4 tiny piles of titanium dust. If I put those together, I get a titanium dust. All we need to do now is and power an industrial blast furnace, and we can make ourselves a titanium dust. We're getting closer, my friends. The quarry is only a few videos away, I think. So once we have the titanium dust, then when we have the blast furnace, we can make the quarry block. So maybe in like 2 or 3 videos, we can make the quarry block itself. And then after that, we have to find a way to power it, and that's going to be another question to have. I like to imagine my little characters talking when I do like this. Like, oh yeah, we just that's what they did in Red versus Blue. It's like the only way that they expressed that was that they Anyway, yeah. So you put the crystals in the bottom, and they charge the system. Put them in the top, and they take energy out. So they're pretty handy. I'm gonna go ahead and actually suck the rest of that up. Sweet! So we've got our first titanium dust. I'm going to make another one of those. And then, oh man, we're going to need to figure out where to put our industrial blast furnace is probably just going to... It's probably going to go somewhere else, is what's going to happen. I'm going to have to figure out... I'm going to have to pick up all these things and put them somewhere else. And then I'll have to figure out what's going to go on with this island so I can have a space to build that sort of thing. I keep clicking on other stuff accidentally. Whoops. Go away, you. There we go. Yeah, so I'm going to hang on to these hydrogen cells and aluminium dust. I don't know what I'm going to do with that stuff. I think aluminium you can actually use for some cool stuff. So I might just make a separate chest for the outputs of this structure. So I doubled the size of my storage area, but I've yet to have need for it. So right now it's just a cool thing to have. So there you go. That's all we've gotten so far. But that's cool. I mean, it's getting out a lot of aluminium. So that's the real product, I think, from bauxite, is to get aluminium out of it. So that's pretty nice. Alrighty then, sweet. So I think that this is not going to be too much more work before we get the quarry running. But it's going to be powered by biogas, is what I'm thinking I'm going to be using. So I'm pretty sure... Oh, I can keep putting some more creosote in there. I just got to keep that running all the time, basically. Because these energy crystals are really a much better way of storing energy than in creosote oil. So I'm probably going to make a second semi-fluid generator just to get rid of that creosote oil even faster. And then when we get to biogas, the issue with biogas is that we're going to need a lot of saplings to power a fermenter. But in order to get saplings to work, I have to figure out how automated farms... In order to get a lot of saplings, I have to figure out how to make automated farms. And they don't have any explanation here in the NFE. So I click on like farm blocks, nothing happens. It doesn't bring up a recipe on how to make them or what to do with them. So I got to look online and maybe find a tutorial or something that show me how to do that so I can actually put it in these videos. Get some more creosote! Oh yeah! But that is where we stand right now. I have not forgotten about other cool things that we could be doing, like the soul shard and stuff like that. But You know, one thing at a time. Oh, I like how the empty cans stack as much as they want to. They're full, they only go to 16, but still. Oh, that's cool. Yep, so that's where we're headed here. So what have I done in this video? I have a checklist here. So I did the semi-fluid generator, I did the electrolyzer. Sweet. So at some point here, we have the technology already to build the industrial blast furnace. So I think in between videos, I'm going to take my sparkly new chainsaw over to those trees, and then I'll have a bunch of wood forever. And then I'm going to revcon this island in between videos and make it usable. And then I'll get some kind of structure, some kind of thing set up over here to where I can actually have an industrial blast furnace put down and not totally regret where I placed it in like a month. So I'll probably just continue to work around the edge of this island and just keep getting all our technology sitting around. I have a plan. Eventually, I have this. I think what's going to be a pretty cool idea if I can get it to work. What I want to do is I want to use the quarry block to dig all the way to bedrock underneath this island, and I'm going to start it underneath my storage room here and dig some sort of, like, maybe this half of the island I want to be basically a big hole all the way down to bedrock. Like, so once you go down below the storage room, there'd be like a ladder somewhere, like maybe right here, that drops down, and then it's just this huge open hole all the way to bedrock. And then I want to make a top floor that has all kinds of interfaces, like chests, where it'll basically be in that first floor, all you'll see is just two chests in a wall, and there'll be signs to mark what stuff is. But underneath that, in all that empty space below it, there will be all the machinery for various things. So I'd like Babby's first kick-ass machine to just be two chests in a wall in the first room. But then all these piping and redstone and hoppers and all kinds of stuff just goes down below where you don't even see it, and just runs and chugs along until it brings a chest back up at like the first floor again. So basically all you'd have in that first room would be three chests, but then behind the walls, behind the scenes, would be all this cool stuff. Same for all the blast furnaces and coke ovens and things like that, just so that you have a really clean user interface, and it's just kind of, I think that would be neat to automate everything like that, so you don't even see the machines unless they're broken or something. But that's sort of the goal. But the first thing that would be great about the quarry is that we just need to get it running and get it cranking away down here. And I still don't know. We still have some more questions to answer, so we still need to make a few more things before we can get to there. But I think in the next video, I'm going to try and make the industrial blast furnace. And we'll try and make ourselves enough titanium to actually build the quarry block. And then we'll start thinking about how the heck we're going to get the biogas to power it. Or maybe I'll go and do the farms next. We'll see. Either way, we're going to continue to progress in the technology tree next time on Let's Play Minecraft Feed the Beast. See you guys then.